So we're looking at 89 Kounde today. Centre mid, CDM, whatever you want to play him as. He has came out of a centre back role, and to be honest, he looks pretty good. The one thing that I do like about this card is maybe in the future, if you did get him untradeable, could he be a good evolution? Whether he gets into a team of the season, a high rated promo, but this card definitely is worth having a look at. The stats aren't incredibly high, so there is a chance, and if he does get a skill move or weak foot upgrade, you're absolutely laughing. So he is a centre defensive mid or centre mid now. He has come out of a centre back, and we'll have a look at the comparison at the end anyway, from the centre back / right back into this version. We have got the 84 pace, 87 defending, 82 physical, always fantastic. Dribbling wise, still looks very centre back-ish, but predominantly he is going to be more of a DM than he is necessarily going to be as a box-to-box. Passing-wise, the short and long has had a massive boost, and it does look terrible at the 80, but we've got 31 free kick accuracy and 49 curve. In terms of playstyles, we're looking at Jockey, Anticipate and Slide Tackle, Relentless Quick Step, and the playstyle plus of Bruiser. Even greater strength when performing physical tackles, so he should necessarily win the ball a lot. In terms of CDMs, I am a big fan of Intercept. That is going to be my number one anyway. When it comes to a defensive mid, it just works. So let's just jump into him. He's currently coming in just shy of 200,000 coins. Let's see what we can get out of him. So going into the overall form then, not a bad card. I must admit, in terms of dribbling, he is very much just pace focused. Once you kind of get the ball, if you want to actually push with him, he isn't necessarily the most agile player in the world. And we knew that from the get-go, really. In terms of the upgrades, we've had a 15 on the shooting, 12 on passing, 1 dribbling, and 1 defending, and also 2 physical, which is kind of what I was saying. In terms of that dribbling orientated, he's literally got 1s on everything. So his body type, his dribbling is all based around a centre-back / right back, because we did get a different version from a lovely Trailblazer. It didn't get any dribbling based on him, but he's still 400,000 coins. He did have 1 more pace boost, but obviously he doesn't have the passing, or he doesn't have the shooting. What playstyle plus did he have before? He had Jockey Plus, which, to be honest, wouldn't have made that much of a difference. Do we get anything here? We got Slide Tackle. Like I say, in terms of CDMs, I like Intercept. In terms of centre-backs, I'm thinking more Anticipate. So he hasn't really got the better of both. But like I say, the evolution, other than the max rating, the stat-wise fits the bill for quite a lot. Maybe the defending is a little bit high, but by the time we reach a max 89 evolution, then more than likely the defending would be sufficient enough to get an upgrade anyway. We've already seen it with Pep's evolution. We're starting to get now the 90 plus evolutions, which is phenomenal because there is so much that they can do with them. And I'm absolutely glad that they are actually really going for it. But in terms of this card, if I'm looking at kind of DMs more than anything, because he's not going to be that box-to-box in any standard, we're looking by price. We've naturally got the Yayas and the Ramirez's of the world. They're going to be phenomenal in themselves. But if we come down a little bit in price, we're seeing the likes of Goretzka's more box-to-box. Alaba, not a bad shot. That's going to be a great comparison. He could still play left back as well. We've got the 82 pace, so we beat him there. He is going to be on the passing and the dribbling. Let's have a look at a comparison between these two, because naturally the rivals, this is like the perfect kind of component that you've got between 2 DMs. We've both got relatively high ratings, both the same price as well. 3-star, and he's got a 4-star weak foot. In terms of, these are the stats. So we've obviously got acceleration is a bit better on Kounde. Shooting wise, I'm not too fussed about, as even Alaba, he's not going to be a box-to-box. Passing wise, we beat him on everything bar from the short and long pass, which is fair enough. This is where the difference is, the dribbling. It may not seem like a +8, well, to be honest, a +8 is considerably better, to be fair to him. Composure's a bit better. Alaba definitely looking the better card. 87 on the defending, so he does beat him there. Stamina he beats, jumping's the same, and he has very similar strength and aggression. So it would be that Alaba wins purely based on that dribbling. Naturally, he's got the 4-star weak foot as well, so he does have that element above him, and it's why Kounde needs a little bit of a dribbling upgrade. Whether we could get it through an evolutions, maybe they do that at some point, but by then you probably would have had another card that would just be better overall, really. That is kind of the problem with some of them. When they don't upgrade the whole card, it's just a bit stagnant at times, and you kind of can't wait for them to fix it, because naturally there's always going to be a better card. Even Alaba is a better card currently, same price and everything, so that is always something to consider when looking at these cards. The only thing he is really good at is having him as a Barca past and present, or just a generic Barca team. But if we do look down a bit more, Locatelli is going to be more kind of defensive mid again, but doesn't have the pace. Benesa was always a great shout. He's always been a very good in-game CDM, and you have got to take it with a little bit of salt, because Kounde isn't a centre defensive mid normally. Some players do really well there. We've seen in box-to-boxes, we've got Acuna, Trent, who really absolutely slap it. Alaba looks like he could be a good box-to-box or DM / a slight box-to-box as well. In terms of chemistry style, we'll go for the anchor. Well, yeah, I suppose the anchor would work. Keeps him controlled as natural, gives himself the 88 pace, 92 defending, and 87 physical. So you're just going to have to play him. You could either swap out, for instance, if you had Matthias, you could put him as a centre-back, swap them in game, or you could obviously do that with any other player if you wanted him more as a centre-back, and then you could swap somebody out. For instance, like a Coman. He's pretty much better as a centre-mid rather than a centre-back. You could swap them out in game, and that would still be fine, because he naturally has the pace, has the defending, and has that physical as well. Overall wise, I feel like I'd give him like between an 8 and an 8.5. I don't feel like 9 was in there. He did decent work, but 200k is a little